Welcome to this beginner's introductory guide to video editing. In this video, we're going to guide you through what editing is, how it works, and how to select the right app or program for you to start editing your raw video footage in. So if you've only just started on your video creating journey, keep it locked right here. First up, we should really define what video editing is. Quite simply, it's the process of taking the raw video footage from your camera or phone and shaping it into something that looks a little bit more polished. Now, for the sake of this video, we are very much talking at an entry level. I'm not talking about the post-production processes for feature films such as Star Wars and how you can achieve them on a phone with a budget of £5.50. I'm sure there's a video somewhere on the interwebs that talks about this, but this isn't it. The purpose of this video is to familiarize you as a beginner with the process of editing and also to look at the various options you've got as a new video creator. Fundamentally, the editing process is about distilling down a narrative from sometimes hours of footage that have been downloaded from the camera, which could quite easily be a phone. In the editing process, you'll get rid of the slightly ropey material in an ideal world, and then you can finesse what's left and embellish it with things like transitions and visual effects. In the post-production phase, which is squarely where video editing fits in terms of the production cycle, it's typical to add music, sound effects, graphics and captions. And also, depending on how involved you want to get, this is the point at which you can alter and enhance colors through a process known as color grading. But before you choke on your cornflakes and run out of the room screaming because it's all too much, editing can start with just the simple trimming of the original raw footage. For example, imagine you've got a clip on your phone that you want to upload to TikTok and you just trim the beginning and the end of the clip. Well, guess what? You've just entered the world of video editing. Video platforms like TikTok and YouTube come with basic editing functionality inbuilt into the platforms. In fact, you'll find that most social platforms that encourage video uploading will at least have an elementary video editing element to them. But why should we bother to edit our videos? Why not just film something and then bung it on YouTube and hope for the best? At the heart of any effective video is the audience. If you want to create video that meets defined business goals, then the audience needs to remain front and center throughout your video creation process. I'd also suggest that you focus on delivering real value in your video content, so you're not just creating video content that is wasting your audience's time. Ultimately, if your audience feels that their needs are not being met, then they will just vote with their feet and they will leave your video content and never come back. What that'll mean in real life will be that your video output will struggle to gain traction and will just be ignored. So that's why it's really important to edit your videos, trim out the waffle, cut to the chase and get to the good stuff. To learn more about how to effectively structure your YouTube videos, click the link above me now. I should also probably take this opportunity to introduce myself. I'm Jeremy. I'm a video creator, video marketer and business owner with over 20 years experience in UK broadcast TV. I am all about bringing my insider video knowledge and insights to empower entrepreneurs and business owners to use and implement video within their businesses in the right way so it can power their business growth. Now, if that all sounds like your cup of tea, then please do think about subscribing to our channel. We create new content each week squarely aimed at helping entrepreneurs and business owners on their video marketing and video creating journeys. We'd love to welcome you to our community, so please do click that cheeky little subscribe button to join our happy little family. The other powerful reason that you should post-produce and edit your content is simply that the bar in terms of production value on platforms like YouTube is rapidly rising. The kind of content that may have succeeded 5 or 6 years ago will nowadays find it really hard to gain traction of any kind. You only need to look at the competitors that exist within your niche on YouTube to see that the most popular videos will have had time and effort spent on them. This will obviously vary depending on the exact niche that you're in, but it's a fair bet to assume that the content will have been most likely produced and edited in a way to maximize audience engagement engagement and retention. So how can you go about editing video as a beginner? Well, first off, you need to decide on the device you're going to edit on. Are you going to edit on the phone on which you shot the video, or are you going to download the footage from your phone onto a desktop type setup? Also, how much do you want to invest in editing software? Is your video output going to need the serious post-production power of something like Adobe Premiere? Or if you're producing YouTube Shorts, for example, on your phone, then a cut-down phone-based app would probably be absolutely fine. Before we dive into two examples of great video editing packages for desktop and also for mobile, just a really quick shout out to hit that cheeky little like button if you're getting value from this video, which I really hope you are. In terms of starting off your video editing journey, there are a plethora of video editing apps that exist for mobile platforms like iOS and Android, PC and Mac desktops. A few years ago, a lot of these apps were free. However, over the past few years, as feature sets have grown, the vast majority of the decent apps have introduced some kind of subscription, presumably to fund the development in this super competitive market. So the bottom line is there will be some kind of monetary investment required if you want your finished videos to look polished. But none of the subscriptions should break the bank. You're typically talking from around about $10 to $40 per year. However, when you're starting out, most of these apps have got free versions or trial periods where certain elements of the features are restricted until you unlock them by setting up an account. Adobe have been making video editing software for years, and their flagship Adobe Premiere product has become one of the go-to applications for video pros over the past few years. By way of an introduction into the Adobe ecosystem of software, Adobe have introduced Rush, which you can download for free and works across both Apple and Android mobile devices, as well as having a desktop version for both PC and Mac. Adobe Rush has got a really simple to use interface and easily syncs projects across multiple devices, which is ideal if you're shooting on your phone, doing a basic edit on your phone, and then you want to finesse it on your desktop. That is all possible within Rush. As the product name suggests, the motivation behind Rush is to get from shooting to editing and sharing as quickly as possible. The app's design and the workflow lends itself well to these goals, so if you're creating video for socials, Adobe Rush would be well worth you looking at. Just for the sake of transparency, I don't use Rush myself, but I am a massive fan of Adobe software generally. I edit in Premiere Pro all the time, and having often used Photoshop and Lightroom, I can vouch for the quality of Adobe software products overall, which I personally think take a lot of beating. Make sure you check out my more in-depth look at specific editing software, where I go through in more detail about the feature sets and pros and cons of each app. You can access this by clicking on the link above me now. The second app I'd recommend looking at if you're starting out editing is Quik. Quik was developed by camera manufacturer GoPro and initially was very much focused on the action camera side of things. However, this great little phone-based app, which is available for both iOS and Android, works brilliantly with images and video captured on your phone or mobile device. Quik's got a fantastically easy user interface, which makes it easy to get started, creating great looking videos with titles and music within minutes of picking it up. The one thing I love about this app is the fact that it's really easy to create videos with features like auto sync, where the software edits to the music. This means you can output really polished looking social videos super easily. As you become more proficient, you may want to dig in further to the feature set, which this software allows, so you can alter trim, color, crop and lots more on a more manual basis. Quik's available as a free download, but once the trial period is finished, membership is $10 per year, which I think is fantastic value for people starting out on their video editing journey. Coming up, we'll talk in more detail about editing software that's available just for mobile, and also delve into the world of desktop editing software too. All that goodness coming up right after this, so be sure to click on the screen in a second. In the meantime, please do smash that like button if you got value from this video. I really hope you did. And if this content is your cup of tea, then please do think about subscribing to this channel. Thanks for watching, take care, and see you in the next video. Cheerio.